Hello, hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we're just gonna do a little sit down, chit chat, and talk moment. And we're gonna smoke together. So real quick, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out a lot. And let's get right into the video. I literally just got home from work. Like I literally just walked in the door and I decided I haven't even said hi to my cat yet. Hi, Bosco. Hey, buddy. So yeah, like I said, I just got home from work and I wanted to smoke. I just felt like today was long. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad day. It was just a long day. The day moved a lot slower than it normally would on a Sunday for me. So that's that. But I'm smoking on Urban Leaf's full gram Sunday driver joint. Urban Leaf, honey. And I didn't have anything scheduled to talk about, but I recently have really been being very honest and open with myself about the reason why I am the way I am. And it's just brought up a lot of stuff for me. It has really made me look at how I set boundaries with people, and also how do I understand when people are following that boundary. Here's Bosco. Bosco's like, I don't care about none of this. If you don't love on me for a little bit, do you want to say hi to everybody? Can I pick you up? Is that okay? Come here. So what I've been really just trying to understand is like how I feel about when people follow my boundaries, right? Like I have really worked really hard to set a lot of boundaries with my friends and people in my life to protect me and my feelings. But what's funny is sometimes when my boundaries being met, I find myself feeling mad about the boundary being met. Weird, right? And I think it's because we're so used to people not wanting to meet us where we're at and understand our boundary, that when we find people that do respect that boundary and understand it, it feels weird because you've never had it before. And so I've just really had to understand myself and why I set certain boundaries, and also do these boundaries even serve a purpose anymore for me? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think you have to learn how to just be okay in life. I know this sounds really weird, but right. I don't know if life is easy for anybody. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not easy for me at all. And I am learning that there's a lot of stuff from my past that I've had to visit and understand. Do you know what I mean? And it's crazy, and I want to talk about it, and I want to share a lot of this stuff, which I probably will. I think I'm going to do a part 2 to my mental health, a mental health update, because I just really want to be true with how I'm feeling about stuff. And I feel like this is the only place that I can really do that, because although I have a lot of great people in my corner, a lot of people, who I call friends and stuff, I I don't want to bear people with my problems and my burdens. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has stuff going on. Everybody in their mind is dealing with one of the biggest problems right now. Do you know what I mean? So how do I expect people to then just sit and listen to me complain about whatever is on my mind? But I listen to people complain all day. What I'm saying is I hold it in. Like, I am that for a lot of people. A lot of people talk to me about stuff, problems, issues, happiness, all type of stuff. And I listen, and I take that and I respond or whatever. But I do it all day, every day. And I'm learning that it's exhausting. It can get exhausting hearing about someone's problems over and over and over and over again. And so okay, sorry. I thought I heard somebody talking outside my door. And so what I'm learning to do is just be at peace. That's my goal this year, is to honestly just be at peace with everything. All the decisions I make, just everything. I am a very I want everything to be planned, and I need to have a plan. And like, where is the plan? Like, what's going to happen? How am I going to get to this? And I'm learning. I'm learning you just have to stop sometimes. And you just have to let the roller coaster do what the roller coaster was made to do. Boom. That's it. That's it. Sometimes you just have to be like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And I have always looked for that answer from everybody else around me. I have always wanted my friends to be like, it's going to be okay. I've always wanted my family to be like, it's going to be okay. You're fine. And yes, people have done that for me in certain moments. Has it always happened every time I've needed it? No. And I've reacted as such, right? Because I've always wanted it. And I'm learning just because you want something doesn't mean you're going to get it. Do you know what I mean? I want better relationships with certain people in my life. I don't have that. Could I actively work to make it happen? Absolutely. Am I going to? Probably not. And this is just me being honest. At this point in my life, I don't have the space or even the mindset to have to really work very hard in a lot of stuff, if that makes sense. And not that I'm lazy or I'm falling off. I just want things that happen easy. I want things that happen organically, naturally. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to have to feel like I'm forcing things. I don't want to have to feel like I'm trying or begging for certain things. And like in the past, I begged. I've just begged people. And like, not like, oh my God, please love me. But no, like I've begged people for their attention. I've begged people for their time. And that could be me just overly texting somebody and being like, hey, are we going to do this? Like, hey, did you forget about this? Being that type of person, right? And I'm learning people treat you kind of, a lot of people, when I use certain terminology, they hate it because I'm very just kind of like, and people are like, well, you could have, we're not doing that here. I don't like to feel second best. And a lot of people think that's mean to say to them, but like, I know when I'm being second best to somebody. I know what it feels like. I've had it happen more than I would like to say. And like, I just had to deal with it. And no more. Like, no more. Like, I've had people who I've loved and trust lie to me in my face. And then I find out later on down the line that it was a lie. That to me has been one of the most hurtful things, is to believe in people and want to believe that everybody has good in them, because I do believe everybody has good in them. Do I think people use that good? Absolutely not. I think some people are selfish. I think some people are all about themselves. And don't get me wrong, I come off as that on social media. I understand that I perceive myself in a different light when I'm on social media versus when I'm sitting in front of somebody and speaking to somebody as Chris. Do you know what I mean? The light's not on. I don't feel like I have to like show up in a certain light. And I feel like that's just something that I have been programmed since I've been heavily involved with social media since the beginning, like MySpace era. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've just carried it along. And like, even all the social medias that I have now, like I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a Facebook, I have a Snapchat, I have all these things. And now I'm starting to think, do I need these things, right? I use YouTube because I feel like I'm a YouTuber. I call myself a YouTuber, right? So like, clearly YouTube isn't going anywhere, but do I need a Snapchat? Probably not. I don't really talk to anybody on Snapchat anymore. I kind of just use it to take up idle space. You know what I mean? Like Instagram, I really like Instagram, so I don't see myself getting rid of that. Facebook is where people from like elementary, like I'm friends with people in elementary, but I don't think people use Facebook as a form of communication anymore. So at this point, I'm like, wow, I've grown all these social medias, right? And gotten all these numbers on social media. And like, and now I'm just kind of like, well, maybe I just stop. Like maybe I just stop social media for a little bit. Like, or maybe I just cut off some of the social media that I have in my phone, but then I wonder, well, what else are you going to do? Like what else is going to preoccupy my time in a way that like social media does, right? Like I got TikTok, I got Pinterest. I'm just like over it. But then I wonder, well, if you do all that, what's the point of having a smartphone? Why not just go back and get a razor? For real. You know what I mean? Like, real point of... Got sidetracked and my roommate came in the house and started talking to me. And so I just cut the video off and forgot. And I didn't go back and watch the footage. So I'm just going to pick up on how I feel today and where I'm at. So part 2, when you get to this, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I am going to introduce some edibles to the conversation. These are Smokies. These are my favorite edibles. Bosco, you had your video time yesterday, babe. So these are my favorite edibles. These are the watermelon Smokies. I believe I've ate these on my channel before. And I'm gonna eat 3 of these right now. These literally smack. If you've never had Smokies, you need to go to your nearest store dispensary and get them. And if you're in San Jose, come visit Urban Leaf. So yesterday I believe I was just talking about people and how I am trying to just be better around loving myself more, but also still showing up for my friends, right? And still investing in them, but also remembering that I have to make sure I'm good. You know what I mean? Today, sometimes you have to really be okay with letting people go. And not even in a negative way. Sometimes just it shifts and you all are just not compatible anymore. And you have to be able to let people go and like get over it in your own way, which I understand. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just mourn certain relationships, and it could be a past relationship, could be a present relationship. But every time I start filming, I'm gonna keep filming, going. Yep, you get your little 5 minutes of fame. Every time I film, my lovely roommate comes in the house. I'm gonna try to officially finish this video, right? Take 3. Every time I start this video over, I figure out something different and a different way I want to approach what I want to say. What I have really learned is that honestly, life is choices. Life is a whole bunch of choices that people decide, the things they want to do, the people they want to place in their lives, the places they want to go, the jobs they take, you know, like it all boils down to choosing, right? And a choice. And I have been really working on just trying to look at life differently than this whole, oh my God, life is so hard all the time, or oh my God, like life just never seems to work for me, right? Because it's all my choices. I can choose to be depressed and be sad and be angry about certain things that I might not understand, or I can choose to just be at peace with it and continue living my life and moving on, right? And so I just think it's really funny when you finally can just stop the noise, when you can just stop, you know, the voices. And like, I get so worked up over a lot of things, and I just kind of feel like I can hear now. Like, you know, like I just kind of have my senses back. I kind of feel just like back in motion with everything, and I am just living day to day. Do you know what I mean? Like trying not to let certain things at like work upset me or really put me over, or not being mad at certain things that are happening in my friendships with people. You know, like I'm just actively trying to be better for myself. It's really for nobody else. It's really for me, and I am learning to just be okay. I honestly hate the way my hair looks, and I think I had an issue like this in a similar video, but anyway, it might be the same video. But anywho, I lost my train of thought that fast. Fuck. Anyway, it's all a choice. That's just really where I'm getting to with this. And I'm just learning that you can't be mad at what people choose, right? Like, who cares if you don't get it? Who cares if you don't understand? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not for you to understand or to get. I have really been battling this idea of like love and relationships and things like that, just because I normally get like this. I normally will go back and reevaluate my life and be like, oh my God, you're still single. So like, what's going on? Like, you know, like what's happening? What should we be trying to improve on? And I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just over it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just over trying for it. And so I'm just gonna let it come natural if it ever comes. But if it never comes, then at least I can say that I died knowing that I worked on myself, right? Like, I didn't live in a facade. I didn't live in some fantasy fairy tale world. And that's what I'm working to get out of, living in this like fairy tale fantasy that everything is always going to be fine and people are always going to do you right. Like, I'm like, like we're just too old to fake the funk. And I just feel like because of social media and because of just who we try to present, just who we try to come off as, we all play a fake life. And, you only really ever let certain individuals see it or certain people in, but I'm over it. I'm just over that. Do you know what I mean? I just have too much shit in my life to then be trying to live a double life that, like, for what? Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm emotional and sometimes I don't have an emotion. Do you know what I mean? Like, and all of that is okay because all of that is me. Long story short, you just got to get back to loving on yourself. Just loving you, honestly. And that's what I wanted to try to portray in this video. And like, I know it's probably a lot of twists and turns and different like point of views about different things. I've been trying to film this video now for like 3 days, so it's just a lot of like me just talking and being like, focused on one thing. So it is what it is. I hope you all enjoyed this video, this little sit down and talk with me. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.